On the night of November 28th, the CCTV camera swept across the members of the Politburo one by one. Some keen observers stared at the screen and counted heads. As they counted, their hearts suddenly sank. Two people were missing. One was Ma Xingrui, who had just been laterally transferred back to Beijing from Xinjiang not long ago, surrounded by rumors. The other was Li Shi, the secretary of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, CCDI, long regarded as the blade holder of Xi Jinping's inner circle. Almost at the same time, independent commentator Li's Perspective broke the news. Ma Xingrui and his wife had been taken in again. Ma was transferred from a senior cadre detention facility in Huangshan, on her way to another CCDI double designation site in Chongping, Beijing. His wife Rong Li and the wife of Xinjiang Executive Vice Chairman Chen Weijun were sent to another double designation site in Yintai, Shandong. The cases were being merged. Some describe it this way. This is not a normal corruption case, but a heavy bomb in the nine-prince succession battle over Xi Jinping's successor. The amount surged from hundreds of billions to trillions, and the arrow now points from Xinjiang and Guangdong directly to Li Shi, and even to the most sensitive figure around Xi Jinping, Peng Liyuan. Don't miss the next drop, subscribe, and hit the bell. What does the November 28th absence of two key figures suggest? According to CCP officialdom rules, Politburo collective study sessions are mandatory attendance. Politburo members have almost no room for absence, let alone two key figures missing simultaneously. On November 28th, during the CCP Politburo collective study session, CCTV aired footage, and netizens immediately noticed. Ma Xingrui, who previously ranked high among Politburo members, was missing. Among the 7 Politburo Standing Committee members, Li Shi, who oversees the CCDI, also did not appear. Rumors about Ma getting into trouble had been spreading since July, when he was suddenly removed from his post as Xinjiang Party Secretary. Soon after, Australia-based commentator Jiang Wangjing revealed that Ma was being held at a senior cadre detention center in Huangshan, on Hubei. This absence from the collective study session effectively stamped the rumor. Ma has likely really fallen. He may become the first tiger of the 2026 anti-corruption campaign. More chilling was that, even Li Shi was absent, at a moment when a trillion-level corruption scandal involving a large number of former Xinjiang and Guangdong officials is erupting. The absence of the CCDI chief is unlikely to be just illness. Ma Xingrui and wife, taken in again, case consolidated and escalates. Li revealed that Ma and his wife had actually been detained once before this year. On July 1st, shortly after Ma was announced removed as Xinjiang Party Secretary, the CCDI took his wife Rong Li away. On the night of November 18th, Ma and Rong Li were again taken from home by the CCDI, along with Ma's younger brother, Ma Xingchuan, and all were sent to a special detention center in Huangshan. The latest leaks claim Ma has been transferred from Huangshan to a double designation site in Chongping, Beijing. Rong Li and the wife of Xinjiang Executive Vice Chairman Chen Weijun were sent to a double designation facility in Yintai, Shandong. Ma's and Chen's cases have been merged. On December 5th, Jiang Wangjing, citing Xinjiang Production and Construction Corps senior-level sources, stated, "The Ma case starts at 300 billion, not just an economic crime, but about backing Li Chang as Xi's successor. This is a major act in the nine-prince succession battle." At this year's Xinjiang 70th anniversary exhibition, Ma's photos were all removed. This suggests Ma's downfall is not merely about corruption. It also touches on factional alignment, specifically betting on Li Chang's succession to Xi Jinping. The Ma case is rapidly expanding, now reaching Ma's extended family and a large group of former colleagues from both his past and current positions, showing the characteristics of a nested corruption network. And signs indicate that Ma is not the ultimate target. The case points toward Peng Liyuan and Xi Jinping. How the Wives' Club emerged. The investigation into Ma's case first broke through via his secretary Li Guanglu, his younger brother Ma Xingchuan, and his wife Rong Li. What makes the case super sensitive is Ma's wife, Rong Li. According to Li, Rong Li was good at networking, smooth and skillful. Back in the 1990s, she became close to Li Shi's wife. After Li Shi rose to Politburo Standing Committee and CCDI chief, wielding the blade, things became more secure. This is why Li Shi was implicated, because of his wife's relationship with Rong Li. Li Shi's wife is said to be involved, but reportedly has not been detained. Later, Rong Li used Ma's hometown connection in Shandong, Yunqing to get close to Peng Liyuan, becoming best friends. She even used the banner of the Peng Liyuan office to team up on business projects, taking commissions. She has at least 3 companies in Hong Kong and holdings in Singapore, moving large sums to Hong Kong, Singapore, and Canada. Nanchang Mayor Gao Shirwan was Ma's old secretary during his aerospace space tech days. His wife was described as Rong Li's little follower, and whenever Rong Li needed land projects, a single phone call would solve everything. Rong Li has now become the core of a wives' clique. Leach states Rong Li is involved in at least 8 billion yuan and has already transferred large funds overseas. Ma's daughter and son-in-law once lived in Canada. Later, for Ma's political future, his daughter was summoned back. She is now under surveillance in Beijing, semi-confined, but still allowed to use her phone, and some in that circle still receive her WeChat messages. Li Shi is currently assisting with investigation and may not be arrested immediately, but this case will likely end his career. The key focus now is how will the CCP officially characterize the cooperation between Rong Li and Li Shi's wife? Will Ma's case be extended to Peng Liyuan, even the Shi family's secret funds? Personal secretary turns chain explosion. Beautiful mistress linked to separatism case. One breakthrough in the Ma case is his personal secretary, Li Guanglu L. I was selected when Ma was transferred from the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology to Guangdong in 2013. Like Ma, he was from Heilongjiang. Li followed Ma in Guangdong for 8 years, then went with him to Xinjiang, showing deep trust. Li exploited Ma's vast power when Ma was Guangdong Deputy Secretary, Shenzhen Party Chief, Guangdong Governor, and Xinjiang Party Secretary, allegedly pocketing over 1 billion yuan. A Zhejiang businessman once delivered a truckload of cash to a location Li designated. Former Shenzhen Metro Chairman Xing Jia was also implicated. But it is unlikely Li kept it all. Ma and Rong certainly received a share. Li indulged in women, maintaining a mistress in Xinjiang who profited from his power. Unexpectedly, this mistress had ties to a Turkic Uyghur separatist abroad, to whom she provided funding. Li therefore became entangled in a separatist case. After the mistress was arrested, she exposed Li. Li then exposed Xinjiang Military Region Commander Li Haihua, leading to more arrests. Since Li served as Ma's secretary for over a decade, he knew many secrets. Once detained by the CCDI, he quickly laid down arms, confessing much about Ma and Rong. Political commentator Kai Shinquan noted, after 13 years, over 5 million officials have been investigated. Accusations that the more you fight corruption, the more corruption grows are widespread. The Ma case, combining secretary, mistress, separatism, deepens doubts about whether the anti-corruption campaign can solve root problems. Xinjiang's 3 trillion fiscal black hole. White glove firms control trillion-level kickbacks. What made the Ma case become a monster-scale story in numbers is Xinjiang's special fiscal system. On December 3rd, Jiang posted, Ma was a small-time corrupt official in aerospace, Shenzhen, and Guangdong. Xinjiang's finance is planned and prepaid. Ma bypassed Xinjiang's finance department and directly funneled funds to white-glove firms through advanced budget allocations. This boldness is rare, effectively placing all funds from the Ministry of Finance under Ma and Chen Weijun's control. Official data. Central transfer payments to Xinjiang increased from 359 billion in 2021 to 422.7 billion in 2024. By mid-2024, total central transfers reached roughly 2 trillion yuan, 65% of Xinjiang's fiscal revenues. Xinjiang's self-generated revenue is about 1 trillion. In other words, during Ma's tenure in Xinjiang, the total fiscal funds he could control were roughly 3 trillion yuan. Under the prepayment system, once a project is approved, funds are transferred in advance that white-glove companies openly take fees and kickbacks via proxy holding plus contracting. Leach states plainly, Ma and Chun controlled white-glove enterprises, moved funds via prepayments. Kickbacks were generally 20–30%. Ma, as the top official, signed final approvals. Chun controlled finances. Together, they could siphon off over 100 billion yuan, even hundreds of billions. Hence Zhang's remark, 300 billion is the minimum. This is not a billion-level case. It is a trillion-level problem. Ma is the modern-day Hushin. Case expands outward. from Xinjiang to Nanchang, Jinan, then toward Hubei's Wang, Zhonglin. Why would a Xinjiang corruption case involve Nanchang, Jinan, and even Hubei Party Secretary Wang Zhonglin? The chain roughly goes like this. 1. Xinjiang line. This year, multiple senior leaders of the Xinjiang Production and Construction Corps investigated. November 1st, Xinjiang CPCC Vice Chairman Jin Zhizhen fell. November 3rd, Corps Deputy Secretary, CCDI Chief Jiang Xingjuan died suddenly. November 10th, Urumqi Deputy Party Secretary Ma Jijun investigated. November 30th, Xinjiang Executive Vice Chairman Chun Weijun removed. Almost all were promoted by Ma. 2. Nanchang Line. Gao Shirwen down. Ma's old secretary, later Nanchang mayor, long rumored to be in trouble. His wife acted as Rong Li's project agent, even using the mayor's car as a chauffeuring tool. 3. Jinan Line. Sun Bin investigated, leads to Wang Zhonglin. December 4th, Xinhua announces Sun Bin, Jinan deputy mayor, under investigation. Jiang revealed Sun Bin is tied to 1.6 billion yuan, and Jinan High-Tech Group provided an asset package worth 1.6 billion to Ma, Rong Li, and Hubei Party Secretary Wang Zhonglin. Wang was Jinan Party Secretary, 2018 to 2020, then parachuted into Wuhan during COVID, later becoming Hubei Party Secretary. If confirmed, this expands the case beyond Xinjiang, Guangdong, Jiangxi to include Wang, an important post-pandemic cadre. Will she be next? The Wives Club exposes core she circles. Leaks by Jiang and others further raise the sensitivity. Li Shi's wife and Rong Li did projects together in Hong Kong long ago. They jointly shared profits in Hong Kong and Singapore companies. Thus, Li Shi is considered deeply implicated, though still freed on December 1st, World AIDS Day. Changes in Peng Liyuan's treatment drew attention. 1. Official reporting tone changed. Past years, reports opened with who Goodwill Ambassador Peng Liyuan attended. This year began dryly with today is the 38th World AIDS Day, with Peng's name pushed back. 2. Officials accompanying her downgraded. Previously, ministers and top officials. This year, only deputy-level officials. 3. Coverage platforms narrowed. Reports only appeared on the Health Commission website. Xinhua News and People's Daily were silent. Many observers think this could be a trial downgrade due to the Ma case implicating the Wives Club. If Ma were merely corrupt, that would be technical. Once it involves the Wives Club and the Xi family, it becomes political. Pull one radish, uproot half of Xi's inner circle. Anti-corruption or power struggle. Will Ma be the 2026 first tiger? Many analysts argue this case does not look like Xi intentionally executing a subordinate, but rather political rivals exploiting a weakness to gut his faction. Reasons: if initiated by Xi, the usual approach would be to minimize scope, avoid implicating sensitive entourage, but the current trajectory is expanding outward, spreading from Xinjiang to Guangdong, Jiangxi, Shandong, and Qixi faction members. Combined with previous cases Vank Fong Hongwei, it appears targeted at Xi family financial reservoirs. Thus, many think the Ma case is a grand net. One end anchored in the 3 trillion transfer payment fiscal black hole, the other tied to Xi and Peng's alleged assets and political security. Few believe Ma will escape. The real suspense is, when will his downfall be officially announced? Will he be saved for 2026 as the first tiger? Will Xi or Wang Zhonglin suddenly appear in CCDI announcements? Is Peng Liyuan's downgrade simply a prelude? One man falls, or half a circle uprooted? After 13 years of anti-corruption, with 5 million officials taken down, Chinese observers are fatigued. Officials are sent to Xinjiang prison in batches, but assets remain hidden, systems unchanged. New corrupt officials grow in the gaps left by the fallen done on the surface. The Ma case follows the usual script. Secretary, brother, wife, white gloves, mistress, one by one exposed. But now the focus is not how much they stole, but will this case eventually knock on Xi Jinping's door? Is it another institutional tragedy where the more you fight corruption, the more corruption grows, or a high-level political purge disguised as anti-corruption? No one knows the answer yet. What is certain is, Ma will not be the last. The real question is, this path from Xinjiang to Zongnanhai, through wives' clubs, white glove firms, and provincial elites, whose feet will it end beneath?